Hello, Leeds United fans. It is Connor here. Wish I was coming with some good news. Do you know what? Let me preface this. I honestly want to come on here and I want to tell you that we've signed 3 players. I want to come on here and tell you that we've got a centre back, centre midfielder, a striker, a nice little left back. I want to tell you that I'm really excited. I want to tell you that Daniel Farke has been backed to the hill. I want to tell you that Leeds are going to go into this Birmingham game and smash them with some sexy, fluid football, with a dynamic group of attacking players and a solid base and a proper structure, framework and foundation. I can't do that. And I have to come on here and speak to you guys about Leeds United because that is my job for you people and I enjoy it. I love doing it. But believe it or not, I hate coming on here, and I know a lot of people think that I love coming on here and spouting negativity or pessimism. It drags me down. It's draining. It really is. And I didn't want to come on. I heard this news about an hour ago, was told by someone, and I thought, and I got told it was going to come out. So I knew about it. The big news is, and you might not see it as the end of the world, but Cressy Somerville, who I think, we did a video today on the Patreon, which is really worth checking out. Everybody, we're doing features after the game, which you might enjoy, which is over on the Patreon now. Check it out. Thank you for all those who are following me on the Patreon. But we did something on, things that we understood after the match, and he was my number 1 pick. I was so enthused and I'm so happy with Crescencio Somerville at the minute, and I was buzzing to see him against Birmingham, buzzing to see him against West Brom and Ipswich. Well, the update is that he's not going to be available for any of those games, it looks like, because from what I've heard and from what a lot of people are discussing, Leeds United have said that he's out. They've not put a time frame on it, which they're not going to put a time frame on it if it's a groin injury, because obviously it can be very, tenuous. It can go from 3 weeks, but you might tweak it and it might go 5 or 6 weeks. The whole point is everybody's going to be out for a minimum of 3 weeks. And it's just damning. And I think the bad news coming out of the club at the minute, which is no news, is the problem. It's the fact that we're not hearing anything. There's no rumours of any signings. And I know they do stuff in-house. I know that's the whole, that's what we've been told, even though we all sort of knew about Carl Darlow from the Newcastle side of things. I think that makes this even worse. It's the fact that we're just not hearing anything. Nothing's been done. No loans are being acquired. We're talking about FFP. Loans are a way around that. Free agents are a way around that. There are some decent free agents available now. This isn't my job to recruit players for Leeds United, but any man or woman can look at this and think this team are in dire need. And honestly, everybody, this hasn't been cataclysmic. I'm a little bit worried now. You're an Archie Gray away from not having a defensive midfielder and having literally no supplementary midfielder in there. Jamie Shackleton, are we having him in there as a midfielder? It's not adequate, is it? And it's not going to fly in the Championship, hence why he struggled at Millwall last season. You don't have a left back, and the left back that did start at the weekend was okay, but maybe a little bit overawed by the occasion. Byram came on, but Byram is being brought in for me for rotation purposes. Maybe that's not why he's been brought in now when you're looking at the financial situation. Look, I know a lot of people thought Byram did well, but, let's not just judge him on one game. Somerville, we've known, has been one of our potent attackers for ages now. We don't have a central attacking midfielder. We have no strikers fit. We now have 2 centre-backs fit. I can't, look, we can talk about waiting and Premier League clubs, us waiting on Premier League clubs to make certain players available for loans and doing aggressive transfer strategy. And that's all culminated around actually keeping our prime assets. But at this moment in time, it looks like Leeds are going to have to sell some of their primary assets to be able to accrue anything. But right now, as we sit here, I have no idea what this Leeds United side is going to look like. I do not have a clue in a month's time, and that's not in a positive way. I have no clue how it's going to land. We've said it on this channel. We made jokes about it 2 weeks ago in a sort of flippant way. Liam Cooper is always going to be injured during a season. First game back, he's out for over 2 months. Captain's out for 2 months. Vice captain in Tyler Adams is apparently going to Chelsea, which, okay, I don't mind, but, you know, we're talking, it's all outgoings, it's all departures, it's all, and if it's not players leaving Leeds United, it's players hitting the injury bench. 11 players out of this side right now, 11 are injured, with no real returns on many. Really, we've not got any active returns on any, have we? At this moment in time, it's not. Jack Harrison's going to be back here. Tyler Ramsey's going to be back here. You know, Somerville's going to be back here. Dallas is going to be back here. Cooper's going to be back here. There's no Firpo's going to be back for this game. There's nothing. There's no timelines. There's no events. There's no eventualities. Leeds are just in the dark. And this is why I cannot get my head around people saying that I'm literally putting out that it's complete delusion. It's complete delusion if you think we're going up with this squad. And it's blind faith. And it's a bias which is just going to be not tapered by myself or tapered by anybody else. It is just that I'm a Leeds United fan. I believe we're going to go up as champions or just going to get promoted right now, no matter what anybody says or whatever, because I don't think there's justification. I don't think there's any foundation in what these people are saying, because right now, this squad needs serious additions. It needed additions with a fully fit squad. It did. It needed additions. It needed rejuvenation, regeneration, as I kept saying, and it's boring, but we did. We haven't got that. So as of right now, I'm looking down. I'm looking down rather than up. And this isn't an overreaction, I promise you. I'm looking at the age of the squad. I'm looking at the experience that is not available to the squad. Stuart Dallas, Liam Cooper, Patrick Bamford, that's not available to the squad. And I'm looking at us relying on 17-year-olds in the most critical part of the pitch in central midfield and saying, okay, we're going to have to deal with you because we can't bring anyone else in, or we won't bring anyone else in. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like negligence again. And I'm not casting my judgment solely on the 49ers. I know they have to work within restraints. I get that. Of course I do. But if we're looking to get back to the Premier League, you have to go around those restraints. You have to either go for it, which I don't think they're going to do, or you have to utilise other markets where you're going to have to beef up this squad. You're going to have to use your noggin. Something's going to have to change. Otherwise, it is going to be a season of transition. But if that is the expectation, I can live with that. But let's not be, as fans in this, understanding that Leeds are going for promotion. Let's not be pushing that narrative if this is going to be a season of transition, which I think it is going to be anyway. This squad has not only been battered mentally from the past 2 years and winning 16 games in 2 and a bit years, but also the transition away from that side where we've had loads of players just go out on loan and we've not recouped any value for any of them, and a real marginal gain in any player whatsoever. The player that we brought in is Ethan Ampadu, let's be right, because Carl Darlow is likely going to be starting on the bench most weeks, in my opinion. I think that's obvious. So we brought in Ampadu with the whole host of players that have gone out, and the squad that needed freshening up isn't being freshened up, and we've got 3 weeks left, and we're still not seeing movement. And I understand that, Chelsea are going to allegedly put a bid in for Adams, but they don't know how they're going to structure the deal yet. Willie Gnonto, apparently Burnley are interested in him, and Vincent Kompany's a massive fan, and they're weighing up a deal for him as well. And I understand it's going to change based on that, but is this going to go to the last week? Are Leeds then going to make moves at the last week? Because it's not going to be enough time, surely, to get negotiations signed, sealed and delivered. We're speculating right now, but surely we are leaving it too late at this moment in time. That transfer window is going to end promptly. We know how quick in football 3 weeks goes. 3 weeks is down, and 5-6 games down as well in the Championship, 4 or 5 games down. And then, that's playing for, 15 to 18 points. And you don't want to be lagging behind at that stage. Of course you don't. And I understand you can make a surge towards Christmas, but I after Christmas, I should say, but I just think this squad needs to take shape at some stage. And the news today, obviously the kit release, whatever, don't care, but that kit release, which was put out this morning, and this has just compiled the misery, which it's not, listen, I'm not being cataclysmic right now. Leeds could still go on and do fantastic things. But I'm looking at the squad makeup now, and this is why I said short term it may be okay about 2 weeks ago. But long term, there's going to be serious problems. Serious problems if we don't strengthen this side right now. Guys, I'm really interested to know what you think. Let us know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in a bit. Cheers.